Equip me and send me to Gaza. I feel called to go. October 12th, 2023. My name is Darren. I'm a 48-year-old Canadian civilian who has been speaking out for peace and as a voice for those who don't have one for over 15 years. Many times I stood up for the innocent people of places like Gaza and against superpower bullies like the USA or Israel. I've been a vocal critic and thorn in the side of big pharma, central banks, and the military-industrial complex. 7 years ago, I developed a crippling nerve condition, and in 2021, I came down with atrial fibrillation and heart failure out of the blue. I'd like to spend my remaining time with my wife and our 2 babies, but I'm willing to give it up and go defend Gaza. In 2021, Canada sided with Ukraine, the smaller country in that fight. We sent and continue to send billions of dollars in weapons. We also sent volunteer soldiers composed of civilians like me, giving them guns and transportation. It was all taken care of, and you were announced as a hero in the media if you said you were willing to kill Russians. You know who did kill Russians? A 98-year-old Ukrainian who fought in Hitler's SS. We hailed him as a hero, and our government applauded him last week in Parliament, but that got Israel upset because they don't like Hitler. So Canada apologized and groveled for forgiveness in front of the world stage. I guess killing Russians is a bad thing, except in Ukraine. 2 years later, Canada is backing the superpower this time, Israel. Gaza is 2 million prisoners in a city surrounded by soldiers and artillery. The power and water have been cut. Supplies and food are not allowed in. Nobody can leave. They don't have any infrastructure or defense. Israel is a large, developed country with a massive military and intelligence presence, funded with trillions of dollars in technology from the USA and around the world. They have surveillance showing every detail of every inch of Gaza, 24/7, 365. But Canada is sending aid to Israel. We're worried about giving aid to Gaza because terrorists might get it, our government claims. So we backed Ukraine, the underdog, the Nazis. Now we back Israel, the superpower, the Jews. To me, it's not about religion or ethnicity or culture. It's about right and wrong. I don't care what kind of justification you claim to have, declaring millions of unarmed people to be filthy animals and saying you will set aside the conventional rules of war to inflict suffering which will reverberate for generations. Makes you the bad guy. I don't have much in common with the average Gazan, but I know what it's like to suffer, to be abused, and to feel abandoned and hopeless. I've been the underdog. I've never been a prisoner the way the Gazans have for decades, but I can empathize. And I do. Considering I'm not even allowed to criticize Israel, asking Canada to supply me and send me to Gaza is probably unrealistic. As I have no training, weapons, funding, documentation, or means of travel, it isn't going to happen without help. But it worked for those who wanted to save Ukraine. They had nothing, but it was made to happen. I'm willing. Send me. If not with a rifle, give me armor and a first aid kit. My grandfather served Canada as a medic in World War II against the Nazis. I did 10 years of nursing, and I can still tie a tourniquet. Send me, and I'll risk my life to save others. As a full-scale ground assault on Gaza is prepared, as we speak, Israel's Prime Minister has announced all conventions of war will be suspended and basic human rights will not be observed. We can't afford to hesitate, to show mercy, or to spare civilians, we're told. Everyone must die. Oh, what a coincidence. That is something that Israel has openly been working toward for decades. Their stated goal is military domination of all other humans, who their fundamentalists consider genetically inferior. This slaughter can't happen. We must act now. Gaza is the playbook by which all of us will be treated if we don't stop this. We all lose in total war like that which is prepared. There is always a better way than resorting to evil, and executing trapped civilians to steal their homes is evil. Please get in touch if you can help me get to Gaza. Thank you.